welcome back to my channel, Brigitte Said Noir. We are going to still be doing these reviews, okay? And guess what? P-Valley is on the way. I'm gonna do it. Even with everything else that I'm trying to do. That's why you see a lack of editing. Just in case you're wondering, like, why it looks so janky. It's because it's what I can do right now. I can absolutely do better, but I am a perfectionist and I have issues. So if I were to really spend the time, I probably wouldn't get it uploaded, but it's okay. We are working on it. I am in therapy. I digress. So yes, The Boys, Season 3, Episode 4. Woo. Let's get into it, y'all. Now, last episode, we were obviously talking about Mother's Milk and his own history with Soulja Boy. So when we open this new scene, we are watching Soulja Boy on Solid Gold on TV, and Mother's Milk is having flashbacks. And I don't think I'm ever going to stop saying it. I think I'm going to say it every single episode. That man is so fine. That man is so fine. He's so fine. I want to heal him. Stop it, Sydney. Stop it. Okay, never mind. You get what I'm saying. I don't know if I mentioned it in my last episode because, I did not rewatch after I uploaded. I was just like, I don't need that type of negativity. But I remember specifically at the very end, Huey found out that Butcher was on V when he threw up directly into his open mouth. I feel like, and listen, if you know me, I don't really subscribe to gender roles. But I don't know if we could be friends after you threw up in my mouth. Yeah. I swear, I wish that Butcher could just be like the type of person to be like, yeah, it might have not been the best idea, blah, blah, blah. Why I took the 24-hour V, which caused me to go ahead and throw up in your open mouth. Not an apology. No apologies. Can't even say I'm sorry for throwing up in your open mouth. I feel like that's gonna upset me. And then Huey asks, well, does the others know? And he says, no, they do not. And if they do, then I'll put you in a fucking coma. Like, I know Butcher's not supposed to be like cuddly, but yeesh. And now, cut to Homelander, who is on fake-ass Tucker Carlson, Cameron Coleman, and explaining, basically why. Because remember, in the last episode, we found out that white men loved Homelander. What a shock. I'm sorry. When I saw MM's wife's new boyfriend getting all excited, I was just like, girl. Even the Hannahs know that Brad is trash. Why did you do that? But here we are doing the propaganda machine. I have to say, one thing about The Boys that I absolutely love, they are so good at the accuracy of exactly how the media works in reference to situations like these. Now, obviously, we know that Homelander is doing whatever the fuck he's doing on Fox TV. We're just going to call it Fox TV. And Stan Edgar goes over Exploding Lady's house. Because, I'm sorry, I don't got any other, I know her name is Victoria Newman, whatever, I don't care. Exploding Lady. He goes over to Exploding Lady's house, and he's basically telling her, we need to go after Homelander. And she was like, that's practically federal policy. He's like, listen, we're just gonna do a gentle reminder of who's in charge. And I'm just like, how's that gonna turn? Like, are you still in charge of Homelander? I feel like you guys lost control. I'm just saying. Yo, I really feel like Stan Edgar's kryptonite is Exploding Lady and her daughter. Like, it's very weird to have somebody so evil have this intense love and care for somebody. Because, well, they're both evil. It's just evil. Never mind, child. So now Butcher and Frenchie have now gone to go see Nina. You know, the crazy Russian bitch from the last episode who looked like she wanted to cut off Frenchie's balls and fuck him at the same time. Very weird. So Now they are meeting with Nina, and she says that I'm very upset that you took my Frenchie from me. And then he literally pats this grown human being, William Butcher pats this grown human being on the head, poor Frenchie, and says, we gave him a better home, didn't we? I feel like Frenchie gonna fuck somebody up. You can only do that to someone for so long. I don't care who you are. Yo, I don't like how they treating my short king Frenchie. I don't like how they treating Frenchie right now. Like, that whole conversation. And Nina's saying, guess what? The only thing I want is Sherry, which is Frenchie's ex-girlfriend who he helped escape and gave her the passports and everything so she doesn't die. And she's like, that's the only person I want. And we already know this bitch likes to cut things off of people. And Butcher's like, well, can't say there's no wiggle room, all kind of conversation back and forth. And literally Frenchie's trying to say no. And he basically send that boy outside. Like the grown-ups are talking. I'm telling you, you can't do that for too long to somebody. I'm sorry. So now we are switching back to Hughie and Starlight, who just watched the video of Homelander's coming out relationship with Starlight, and she's trying to get him to, well, not even understand. She's just telling him the situation, and he's like, you agreed to this? And she was like, it's like you said, whatever it takes, and this is what it takes. And I was just like, oh my God, this is blowing up in everybody's faces. Then Homelander comes in, because apparently he's got a key, and you can tell he wants to goad the situation as humanly possible, because I just feel like he wants somebody to get upset so he has a reason to kill them. I'm sorry, that's just me. And he literally asks Hughie if she's a good fuck. And you could tell, and by the way, Jack Quaid, aka Hughie, Dennis Quaid's son, you really good acting, because like the absolute anger was palpable, because I was just, and I'm just like, Hughie, you ain't strong. You just had some bitch break your arm for fun. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. So and then Starlight basically has to say, if you, to Homelander, if you touch Hughie or anybody he loves, I'm going to walk and take my approval points with me. They're really good at keeping the intensity always here at all times. Now let's flash back to Ashley, who loves to have her hair pulled out, and A-Train are having a conversation. A-Train says, listen, there's this terrible person who was curb stomping basically innocent people, and he's like, Vought has a responsibility here. And she's like, right. Oh, wait, you're serious? Oh, yes. Listen, we love social justice around here. They're so good at this. Okay, we had a actually decent moment from Butcher. It has not exonerated him at all, but I'm so glad for Mother's Milk, because he is literally the moral compass for the boys, period. And he tells Butcher, I don't even know how you can be that much of a complete asshole. What the fuck? And he says, he tells Butcher a story about how when he first met him, how he picked him. And he said the reason why he picked him was because every single one of those other people said how Mother's Milk held everything together, and how he was a natural born leader. He's like, I'm under no illusions about who I am, but I know that I picked you and you are here to look after the boys. And that doesn't exonerate him at all. It's almost like, yeah, I'm gonna still do this horrible, evil shit, but you can be their therapist. So we're even? I don't know. Now we switch to the awful shit that Kimiko has to do. Frenchie is driving, and Kimiko has walked out in this beautiful, and I'm not even into sparkly numbers like this, but she looks so hot. But Kimiko is also me in heels. Like the little at the end, I was just like, yeah. This is why we keep slippers in our purse. I feel like because I haven't seen Kimiko fight in a minute. It's only been, I haven't seen her fight in a minute. I forgot how fucking lethal this bitch is. She's just sticking bottles through people's faces like it ain't shit, you know? Like, Another day at work. I don't feel sorry for nobody, but I'm just, ooh. Oh my goodness. So, I'm sorry, that really shocked me. So one of the girls who had a lot of splatter all over them, because there was like a gaggle of women, and I'm pretty sure she was also impaling them with dildos. Now that I think about it, wow. So she gets shot in the head. Obviously, she comes back to life because she's fucking Kimiko, and you know, obviously the girl's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, don't kill me," and it was such a sad moment because I feel like Kimiko realized, like, damn, this is all I'm gonna be. And what's that? Oh my god. Victoria Newman is playing a fucked up game of chess. So we get back to the press conference that Stan Edgar is making her hold because she just wants to remind Homelander who's in charge. And instead of saying that Homelander is not above the law, she says that it's Stan Edgar is who this press conference is about. And that it is Stan Edgar that has the problem. Homelander, who was a faithful whistleblower. Okay. Yo, Stan Edgar asks, Stan Edgar, who's by the way being taken out and arrested, motherfucker. He says to Victoria on his way out, he was like, why? And she said, all these years, I have been protecting you. You haven't been protecting me. And I have to protect Zoe, her daughter. And I'm just like, damn. So the guy who is playing Tucker Carlson, let's be honest, goes into the room with Ashley. And I guess because early in the episode, Homelander asked if her brain was being fucked by, if her stupid brain was being fucked by stupid, something like that. So she literally, after he, I guess her dissertation that she says was written, sounds like it was written by Chapped Monkeys, and he says that I wrote it, and she's like, is your stupid brain being fucked by stupid, some shit? And I said, what if I said yes? And she said, then I'd have to punish you. And he was like, how? And she takes out this face mount with a dildo with American flag colors, the American flag on it. And he says, my brain is being fucked by stupid. Oh, Ashley. Girl boss moves. Get it. I'm sorry, I got cold. I absolutely love Frenchie and Kimiko's relationship. And so they're having a conversation. And Kimiko's like, yo, Butcher does not treat us like fucking people. It's like, honestly, it's just down to you and me. And Frenchie's like, we're gonna finish this last job and get out of here. And she's like, where do you wanna go? He's like, and she's like, Marseille. And I'm like, I love you. I really do. So, flash to Victoria in her house. She sees that the window's open, and of course Homelander appears playing in her bathroom tampons. And he said, listen, it was really smart what you did, shafting the old man. But if it's any consolation, he was going to do the same thing to you. And she found his file in his office, and she was like, this isn't his. He was like, it's his. And what's crazy is they obviously planned this shit. And He was like, as promised, all 11 herbs and spices, and gives her this black piece of paper. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Child. No. Flash to Butcher, injecting more of the V24 into his veins. And Huey comes in right after. And then this nigga asked to try some. This is gonna go so, oh my god, this is gonna go so badly. This is gonna go so fucking badly. Okay, so thank God Butcher did not give him any. However, this, now we know what's gonna happen now. And now he's gonna be waiting for him to drop this shit so he can inject himself. I'm so scared. Listen. Giancarlo Esposito, aka Stan Edgar. His performances are chilling, and I love it. I love it, because he's an evil motherfucker. But the fact that he seems to be alone, the only one who seems to be able to rattle Homelander to his core. He was like, Homelander tells him he should have given him some respect. He's like, where would it even go? Into that gaping pit of insecurity you call a soul? And I'm like, damn. He said, you are not a god, you are simply bad product. Child put his drink down and walked the fuck out. I was like, yo, that nigga a G. I ain't got shit to say. That nigga a G. He's so good at playing evil. Like, I feel like I would be scared of him in real life, and he's probably the sweetest person. I'd be like, oh shit. So we switch back to Victoria, who is injecting her daughter with the blue V, the permanent shit, because she wants her to be strong and safe. And she is like holding her child while she is screaming in agony. And I am just like, yeah, that's the message. So now, back at the ranch, aka the lab in Russia, where the rest of the boys are at right now, trying to get the weapon that's going to kill Homelander, realizing they have no idea what it even looks like, which is wonderful. And it's, in the words of Boondock Saints, it's a firefight. And Kimiko is about to tear that ass up, and I love it and hate it. I love it and hate it. They met a hamster in the beginning, right? When they first got in there. And the hamster's all V'd up and shit. Because he also obviously got a shot. And then the hamster got out and just went through this nigga's whole face. And I'm just like, it's never any warning. I don't even know when to look away. So they ran out of ammo. And Huey and Butcher do the whole nod thing. And then Butcher just deflected bullets, and his laser eyes just cut a couple people in half. And I just want to say that MM is going to be pissed. Pissed. And I can't wait to see it. I really can't. How did that happen so fast? I told y'all niggas, I told you that the V was gonna drop out, the V24 was gonna drop out, and Huey was gonna get his hands on it. This nigga just apparated, I'm sorry, Harry Potter lingo, apparated throughout the room and put his arm through this man. And I am just, and then said, I'm sorry. Oh, Huey. But still, this isn't gonna go well. And did I mention that Huey is butt ass naked? I mean, I thought I was going to hear way more from other than telling Huey you're better than this. But yo, the withering look from Kimiko, that even hurt my feelings. But why is everybody only mad at Huey and not Butcher? I'm just saying. In the lab, they're trying to find the weapon. And they found Soldier Boy, who's not dead. Very much fucking alive. And looks like the inside of his brain has just exploded. Soldier Boy ended up blasting Kimiko, and she's not healing. If y'all take Kimiko from me. And then also, Huey is just looking in his veins like, oh my god, this is so pretty, while Kimiko's fucking dying in the back. Yo, Butcher, while they're trying to keep Kimiko's insides together, is like, Soldier Boy was never that powerful. I wonder what they did. And MM's like, nigga, it's over. There's no team for me to hold together. You made fucking sure of that. And I'm just like, I want to wipe my whole face off. Flash to some premiere where Starlight and Homelander are hand in hand. It's so disgusting. And then he says, oh, we have to fly up. I have a view I want you to see. And there is Supersonic on this fucking roof they just flew to. And his face is gone, and all kinds of body parts are just not there anymore. And he said, listen, A-Train told me about you two mutineers. So, if you make one toe out of line, that'll be Huey. Yeah. And then they ended the episode, and now I gotta wait a whole week for this, but so fucked up. Why are you doing this to me, guys? I'm sorry. The fact that A-Train is growing a heart, I feel like I'm watching the Grinch's heart grow in real time. I'll be honest with you. This is a hard one for me to swallow. Because it's fucking A-Train. So after he has the conversation with Ashley, Ash is obviously not going to do shit. She just loves social justice. Her Instagram is nothing but black squares. And he sees a protest, more than likely for the innocent black people that just died recently. And he's like, hey, we have a shoot to do. And he says this is important. And he's like, goes into the crowd to start marching with them. And I'm just like, yay, performative social justice from A-Train. So A-Train, he gets into the crowd. He's protesting with people. And then this racially ambiguous girl with a air horn is like, you know, trying to say things, and the cops are over here and they're over there, and then A-Train runs in the middle and he pulls out an energy drink. And the cop drinks it. And then everybody's happy. Very, very Kylie Jenner. I love this show. They did such a good job of also convincing me for like half a second that he was sincere. Good job. So Starlight goes to Maeve's room to have a conversation. And she sees that Maeve is training the fuck up. And she was like, I thought you stopped training. She was like, you also think that I'm tits deep in a fuck hole and all kind, you know, the the vulgarity. She said, you think I'm doing a lot of things, but you only think what I want you to. And then she lets Starlight know that she was the one that told Butcher to go down the rabbit hole to go ahead and find this weapon that could possibly kill Homelander. Then we switch to back to Butcher, and he's so unlikable for me right this second. I'm not even gonna lie. He is, because remember, nothing comes free. He's asking Nina for her help. So, and she's like, oh, they located the lab where they have it, and either it was going to be Cherie's head or them just killing somebody who got into her bad books. And he goes to Kimiko and says that you're gonna do this for me, and she's like, I'm not your fucking gun. Well, she types it, and then he literally says, like, this is the way it works. You work for me. And I'm just like, yo, Butcher is going to cause some serious mutiny within his own fucking group doing this shit. Real talk. Like, it's very disgusting to me. So Starlight goes to Supersonic, who also is her ex, and says, like, I need your help if we really have to fight him. And, you know, he says yes. And he says, like, listen, you've gotten super fucking tough since you've been to New York, and, you know, I'm down, let's do it. They go back into the boardroom. Supersonic is there. Homelander thought it was fitting to go ahead and serve taco bowls. And Supersonic's like, I don't really speak Spanish. The Deep's like, it's muy delicioso. It's fucking, oh my god, white people. Anyway, then we have A-Train, who actually decides he's going to speak up and say that Blue Hawk, who was the person who was over patrolling black neighborhoods, needs to be benched for a while. And then the Deep gets a text from his crazy bitch of a wife. And says, and she texts him and says, hey, I want you to go ahead and say this right now. And says, hey, Homelander, can we really afford to look soft on crime? Because Blue Hawk has also some of the same base. So he basically fucking torpedoes the whole idea, and it's over and done with. And I am just like, the fact that this show is so poignant, the fact that shit like this is something that happens on a regular basis is insane to me, because this is really what it is. We're seeing it in real time. And the Republican talking points at every fucking end, it's, I hope they're watching this show. I really do. So A-Train goes to the Deep, rightfully so, and says, who the fuck asked you, homeboy? Who the fuck asked you shit? And he says, well, hey, I'm a member of this team, and I'm going to be able to speak whatever the fuck I want. And it quickly escalates to keep talking shit. And Deep says, and then I'll let Homelander know who really leaked all that Nazi shit. And then A-Train says, well, I'll tell him who really fished that fucking video of the flight where everybody died out of the ocean. And then they like literally start physically fighting. And it don't look good for either of them. That was the kind of fight that I felt like that was like two older soups. I'm not even gonna lie. And yo, A-Train, of course, Homelander helps the Deep up when he passes by and looks down at A-Train and says, I hope you just rest those useless fucking legs. And A-Train is so pissed off. He gets up and he walks off, and Supersonic, well, he wants to go at them, and Supersonic literally grabs him and they go into the elevator because he's like, bro, he'll fucking kill you. It's Homelander. Whew. Honestly, I thought A-Train was about to cry real quick. They're in the elevator and they're talking, and he's like, I just can't believe, like, basically how far I've fallen, that I'm taking shit from the fucking Deep. I mean, I feel like every single person who's been viewing this show since season 1 is also surprised that you were taking shit from the Deep. And it is Supersonic who says to him, what if we could do something about it? And I'm just like, ooh, it's getting juicy. Listen, I feel like there's going to be a lot of main soups who are going to die.